Right, so the final grammar concept in chapter 4a for Spanish 2 is the indirect object pronouns. So indirect object pronouns we probably remember solely from when we use the verb gustar in Spanish 1. When we use the verb gustar, we had to put either me, te, for he or she it was le, for nosotros it was nos, and for ellos it was les, to say that this thing is pleasing to me, to you, to her, or to him. Those were the indirect object pronouns. These are pronouns for when an action is to or for a person. So those indirect object pronouns, as we just said, were me, te, le, nos, os, and les. There was an optional thing you could put in front of this pronoun when we were dealing with it with the verb gustar. If I want to clarify that this is to me, it was a me, or a ti, te, or a él, a ella, a usted, or a plus somebody's name. When you want to clarify that we're talking about le, all of those. If we want to clarify this, it would be a nosotros. And this one is a ellos, a ellas, a ustedes. Or a plus their names. So those are indirect object pronouns. And what it means is to me, to you, to him, to us, or to them. In our irregular verb lesson, we talked about the verb decir, meaning to tell or to say. So if you used to say something, you used to tell, we would say that decías, you used to tell. So now if we want to say that you used to say it to me, used to tell it to me, then we put the pronoun me in front of the conjugated verb. You used to tell me. You used to say it to me. I am not the thing that you are saying. I am the one you are saying it to. That's why it's indirect. If you used to tell him, the pronoun for telling it to him would be le. Le decías. But does le tell me the whole story? If you just see le decías, do you know who I'm talking about in this sentence? So if I want to clarify that it's a him, I'm going to put my clarifier at the end, which for him would be a, el. Now I know who the le is referring to. That was not necessary here. I could have put on me at the end if I wanted, but me can only be me, so I didn't need it. With this one, if we're not sure who we're talking about, we want to clarify with a el at the end, or a name. Another important thing to remember about indirect object pronouns is that they're going to behave the same way as our direct object pronouns and our reflexive pronouns worked. So if you have one verb like this, then the pronoun is going to go in the front. So if there's one verb pronoun goes in front. If there are two verbs, then we have a choice. Okay? It can still go in front, but it would go in front of the first verb. Or we attach it to the second verb. And if we're going to use a command, a to affirmative command like we learned in the last chapter, then I have no choice but to attach it. And we're going to add that bam accent on the third to last syllable when we attach it. So that's how we're going to use indirect object pronouns in this chapter.